Jenny Sprague. I am your president-elect, and I am here filling in for President Jane, who is enjoying some family time. So we will start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. In the spirit of President Jane's focus on literacy, I have a brief literacy moment to share with you, and it'll be followed by a reflection from Bill Locksterman. So, this quote is from Kofi Annan, former Secretary General of the United Nations and the 2001 Nobel Peace Prize laureate. And it's from a speech he gave to the United Nations General Assembly on the International Literacy Day, September 8th, 2002. Literacy is a bridge from misery to hope. It is a tool for daily life in modern society. It is a bulwark against poverty and a building block of development. Literacy is a platform for democratization and a vehicle for the promotion of cultural and national identity. For everyone, everywhere, literacy is, along with education in general, a basic human right. Literacy is, finally, the road to human progress and the means through which every man, woman, and child can realize his or her full potential. Thank you.
How's that, Mike?
Pull it up. That's better, thank you.
Okay. Hi, everybody. A little later on today in the meeting, you're going to see me march up and rid myself of $10. And so, yeah, another birthday's coming along, and it's a big one. So my reflection prayer today might seem a little selfish because it's kind of about me, but also want to remind many of my Rotary colleagues, pay attention. Dear Lord, I am growing older. Keep me from the fatal habit of thinking that I must say something on every subject. Release me from craving to straighten out everybody's affairs. Make me thoughtful, but not moody. Helpful, but not bossy. Keep my mind free from the recital of endless details. Give me wings to get to the point. Teach me the glorious lesson that occasionally I may be mistaken.
This is Lori.
Give me the ability to see good things in unexpected places and talents in unexpected people.
Or what
Give me
kind of
grace, O Lord, to tell them so. Amen.
Okay, we are booked for the winter already.
Thank you, Bill, for those words we should all live by.
You're welcome.
Sit down, enjoy your lunch for a few minutes, and we will be back to continue our program. Thank you.
I haven't. I've got one ready for you.
Okay,
Yeah,
we
I
are
was
ready for the
gathering up
program
stuff I got
portion
from
of our
Bill's and
meeting.
some Bartlett, so I've got
Heidi,
'em.
thank you. Appreciate that. Heidi Seitzema will be introducing our speakers for the day. The program is being presented by the Coalition for Community Development. Thank you, Heidi.
Am I good? Okay. Yes, with the Program Committee and the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Committee are very happy today to have Coalition for Community Development here. Carrie Vanderhoff is their Executive Director and has been since 2018. CCD, as it's affectionately known in the nonprofit world, is a grassroots organization based in Muskegon Heights. Carrie is also an adjunct professor at Grand Valley, teaching various courses in the film and video department since 2010. This unique skill set often manifests in various initiatives and collaborations by the CCD, such as the partnership with Muskegon's NAACP to help create the 100-year anniversary video on civil rights in Muskegon County, which I think we saw here as a program not too long ago. Carrie has her undergrad from GVSU and her master's from the University of Chicago. And with her is one of her board members, Marquise Childers Jr. He has served as a board member of CCD since 2020, and in that role has helped to forge deeper relationships within the community, as he also serves as the board chair of the Muskegon Heights Neighborhood Association Council. His professional work includes place-based community building efforts within the health sector, and as an entrepreneur, as the first African-American small winemaker in Muskegon County. And I had opportunity to taste some of that a couple weeks ago, and it was fantastic, so hopefully he'll say a little something about that too. Marquise is a Muskegon Heights High School alumni and holds a bachelor's degree from Olivet College. So Carrie and Marquise, if you'd like to come up.
We got this. Hello. Thanks for inviting CCD here to talk a little bit about our programs. Thanks, Heidi. That was a great introduction. And we'll get started if we're ready. Go ahead and put up the slide. So Coalition for Community Development, our vision and mission is up on the screen. It was founded by Dr. Doris Rux in 2005. I guess I want to give you a minute, just an organization that empowers one another and walking us out alongside neighbors. It was founded in 2005 by Dr. Doris Rux. Dr. Rux, many in this room probably remember her. She passed in 2016, but her legacy lives on. She was a lifelong activist. She was involved very early on in the Urban League with the Muskegon NAACP, many other organizations, and in 2005 she founded CCD, and it's her lasting legacy. Just a little different, idea about the organization. We kind of look at it. There's charity mission, charity framework organizations, and justice mission organizations. Charity, you know, if there's hunger or someone's in need of things that are necessary to provide, that's important to provide for those who are in need. Charity justice is one, or charity organizations is one, and then justice mission organizations. Just want to highlight that the focus of this is the setup of society and our shared commitment to fairness, and it emphasizes conditions of well-being and asks for collective action to make things right. So as you can see from her history and the many organizations she was with, from the smallest effort program, single program, to ongoing programs, there's always a social justice element to it. So following the legacy of Dr. Doris Rux, always for the CCD. Oops. Main programs, many of you also, I see many volunteers in this room or people who have been involved with our board. Some of the main program areas for the CCD, gardens, we have school gardens at both of the elementaries in Muskegon Heights at Edgewood and MLK, and also a community garden at Barney and Leahy by Covenant Community Church. It's a cooperation at the church there. In the school gardens, as you can see, it inspires imagination. Kids not only learn about natural science and things about plant life, but also there's reading, there's math, they're measuring things. We call it our outdoor classrooms in the schools. Literacy, a lot of things sort of fall under that. We have librarians. It's our CCD are the volunteer librarians that are in all of the Muskegon Heights schools, including the middle and high school. And also we have a mentor program for the lower grades where individuals, if they need tutoring or just someone to talk to regularly, the teachers will pair some of our mentors up with some of the students. We're also part of the Friends of the Muskegon Heights Library. I shouldn't leave that out. Also, the public library is under the umbrella of the CCD, and also we support field trips for the students to have external experiences. Beautification, we have a truck with mowers and a team that goes out every other weekend and it joins in with the community on sometimes collaborative events, sometimes events with neighbors, and where they suggest they would like to see some effort into lots that need maybe trimming or trash pickup and things like that. And then the last main program area is the Link Up program, where it's sort of a catch-all. And these are where oftentimes we're working alongside neighbors. Our board is majority Muskegon Heights residents, and we get involved in different things like Festival in the Park, or perhaps, support at a high school football game for a tailgate party, and also bigger collaborations too. And that's one of the things we're going to talk about a little bit more today, because we have a big project coming up, and part of the Link Up, under the Link Up umbrella of our committee, is something that we're doing with the Muskegon Heights Neighborhood Association Council. And that's why could have brought any board member, but Marquise Childers Jr. is our board member that brought along, because he's not only along with the CCD, but he's also the chair of the Muskegon Heights Neighborhood Association Council. So if you don't mind, I'll step back and let Marquise talk a little bit about that organization.
Well, good afternoon. Left it up, right? So good afternoon, everyone. I would say this. You guys are intimidated to be in front of, so bear with us. With the Muskegon Heights Neighborhood Association Council, what is that? That is, as you can see the maps right there that's above. I feel like I'm on TV and things. But this map here actually highlights the areas of the neighborhood associations. Now, instead of allowing those neighborhoods to act silo, what we did was we brought in existing neighborhood associations, as well as created new neighborhood associations, established the neighborhood association within that area, and also with block clubs. So that way we can bring them together. We meet monthly as a council with the presidents and the vice presidents of each neighborhood association and or block club, so that way we can get the information out to the community at large, and everyone would know what's going on in their backyard, and also assisting each other. And that actually coincides with the beautification with CCD, so that way they actually know where to go by actually coming and talking to those neighborhood associations. And also what that do is it helps us go after grants together, right? So that way we can actually tackle this thing together, especially after COVID. We was able to get some grant dollars and actually get back outside. So for years, our residents been taking out loans out their personal bank account to put on block parties just for their neighborhood. And Miss Heidi, as well as CCD, being able to do collaborations and get grant money, we was able to have those neighborhood associations get funds to actually put on for the community that they love to see, right? So that's a plus. That is a big thing. I don't want to overtalk. With the last thing I'll say is that we did do a strategic planning as a group, and we have this book here where we actually sent this off to Governor Whitmer as well. It wasn't a complaint pamphlet or anything like that. It was really just letting her know like what's going on in our community, and we really wanted to make sure that she knows, and everyone in this room, so we can actually collaborate and help rise up from a grassroots standpoint. So I'll stop there and I'll hand it back over to Ms. Carey.
Thank you. We do have a few copies of this booklet, and it's also available on the website, MuskegonHeightsStrong.com. That's the Neighborhood Association website. And there's a lot of goal setting in here, one of which is about building the infrastructure to be able to collect and analyze data from the grassroots out, which is some of the information that's in that booklet. And also, together, we have, because of the two organizations, small grassroots organizations, that together we can build stronger, sustain longer collaborations. We want to talk about one of those collaborations here that kind of leads off from the data. It's an initiative that was launched you're one of the first groups that's going to sort of hear about this on a mass public level. But initiative was launched in October of 2021. So it's a collaborative between two organizations, part video, part data collecting, and it aligns our two missions, really. We heard from the residents. They want to have greater participation in decisions that affect their families, neighbors, community, and have a greater say in the narrative that defines their community, right? So we have some support from local organizations, and we have participation. We're the two organizations that are the longstanding collaboration, but we're working with numerous organizations and individuals in the community to make this happen. Why data? There's a lot on there, but I just wanted to give credit where credit is due. There's organizations across the country that are doing great things. One is Coalition for Communities of Color in Portland, Oregon. They're doing data and research justice. I encourage you to go to their website and see some of the stipulations and things that are part of their focus. All of this is available through our website too. In the end, I'll talk about how to get to those links. They talk about how it's important to have this come from within the community. And there's also a person in, I think she works out of UCLA, but Dr. Desi Small-Rodriguez, and she stresses it's important to collect from within the community. Different cultures have different ways of knowing, different ways of being, and I love her quote, "Knowledge is power," and in today's world, data provides knowledge. Data is the neo-gold rush, she calls it, and if you don't choose how your data is gathered and used, somebody else will. In that vein, we have started a partnership with GVSU, their social science lab. They're very excited about this community academic collaboration. Part one of the initiative was started in October of 2021. In August through October, we started a review of existing data, some things that Marquise and I had worked together on, photo voice being one of them, some other gathering of information, and some themes emerged. We started a pilot program about how to bring some residents in with a consultant, teach how to formulate questions, how to manage focus groups. And then we aligned with GVSU Sociology Department and sort of fed information back and forth as we created actual modules. So it's a 6-module series that's launching next month, actually, and it will come with a GVSU certificate, so credit from the school, and Muskegon Heights residents will go through this program led by the staff, the sociology staff at GVSU. And that's just a little glimpse of one of the training modules, the top of it from Grand Valley. So we're very excited about that partnership. Oh, I have to give a shout back to Dr. Rux. She's still on the GVSU page because she was as notable alumni, because she founded the department there and is very well known. So I think that she would smile down on this new partnership that we've sort of resurrected there. So that was why data, why visual media? So what is media justice? If that's data and research justice, what is media justice? And this particular organization, Media Justice Network, is out of Oakland, California. And really, the visual medium is powerful. Storytelling by visual digital storytelling can really influence, can really bring out nuances, can really be compelling and emotional. So it's important, again, that narrative, that voice is amplified and put out in the community. So why combine data and media? So we see these great things from actually much larger organizations and well established across the country, but we haven't seen where they've put them together, and we think it's the combination of these two that really brings power. So I think that's unique here. Muskegon Heights is doing something that others, it might replicate in areas in other parts of the country. So we create storytelling that emerges from many voices from the community, that data, right? It's informed by data, it's organized professionally, and can be referenced and cited, and then it's able to embrace and disseminate that data that incorporates that different ways of knowing, different ways of being, right? So that the stories are told all from within, with the nuances, with the lived experiences from that compiled data. So where are we heading? We're putting together parts 1 and 2, again, moving into the production. Some of the B-roll has already been done over the summer. We're setting up different areas. Collaborations are already, that's a focus group at the US Cafe with D-Risen Productions. The children are from Pathfinders of Muskegon. We brought in Mosaic Film Experience, and they learned digital storytelling skills, because this is going to be, the data is going to be residents who are with transferred skills to collect, and also the production is going to be either people who already have the skills or those who are interested in learning them from within the community. So, introducing the premier publicly, just in a sec, yeah, of unmediated and reframed. So, right, this is the putting together of the data justice and media justice. Why unmediated and reframed? Unmediated, not communicated or transformed by an intervening agency, right, from the lived experiences, from the grassroots, and reframed to frame something in a different way or perspective, right? Those different ways of knowing, different ways of being. This is from CCD's website, can be cross-referenced with the Neighborhood Association Council website, and all of these are clickable, and everything that I presented here today you can follow up on as far as some of this reference. So, unmediated and reframed, we asked, residents answered. The themes emerged, we went back and refined and asked more about the themes, and these are the themes that you'll see in a 6-episode series, right? There'll be about 30 minutes, a little less than 30 minutes each, and it'll be like vignettes, right? Different voices, different storytelling styles, but these are the different themes you'll see. And without further ado, we have a little teaser promo for you. Just need Mike to hit the symbol now, but. And questions on, for CCD, for the Neighborhood Association Council, for our project together, any of that, we're here for questions. And actually, I think, fit our time, right? Questions for either, let's see.
I'm curious how it is you are interfacing with the school system. I think all of us know that there's a crisis going on in the Heights schools. It's being covered every single day on WZZM. So my question to you is, how are you interfacing with that? If you aren't, can you? How can we help? How can you help with the issues that are facing the district?
So yes, that is very true, right? The thing is, I think you answered it too. Like, I think all us in this room need to kind of pay attention to that whole situation and figure out how we can all work together and actually get this. It's $40 million in debt. It's talking about 2042 by the time it get paid off. The only people suffering is the kids. So, like, seriously, like, I'm asking, can you all help to get us out that situation with that school? I mean, as long as we're in debt, that school is not going to be able to flourish and actually have those kids prosper and learn the way that they're supposed, or the way that they have a right, a basic right to learn and get a proper education. So yeah, I would, if we can all come together and figure out how to do this, let's do that. Yeah. But to interface with it, I would say, we're gonna allow them to tell their story and let them be heard through this unmediated and through the unmediated picture, right? So that way when you get to hear the truth, it's not me coming to speak about a whole city or for a whole city or a school district. We can actually hear them talk, but when we watch it, let's hear and listen and actually help, you know, so.
That was a great presentation. What are a couple of the outcomes that you're hoping for as you show this data and media, video, community-led? What would the community like to see a year from now after showing that video and getting your message out there?
I think, first of all, it creates a feedback loop. So when the data that's collected, compiled, analyzed, and disseminated on a more elevated level, you'll get feedback from the community. You'll get feedback from outside of the community, but it'll come back and help enrich the conversation and then amplify the conversation. So I think that to be a greater part of that conversation, again, just going back to what Marquis said, is are the voices of the Muskegon Heights residents being heard in this story that's told about the Heights? So to be more part of that conversation and contributing to that. It also helps the community on a kind of on a big goal level to get to know one another better. There's nothing like a visual storytelling that, even though there's a lot of data and stuff behind it, when you hear personal stories, you really see human to human and connect with empathy. So it really is making a more cohesive community overall as time goes on, and we can really understand and hear the different diverse voices. And I think that Muskegon County is a wonderful, diverse place that really, if all the voices come together, we're in, I mean, people, can't compare to anywhere else, I think, with the amount of voices that we have. So I think elevated part of the discussion. Also, on a sort of practical level, to have this data, to compile this data, means not only we'll use it for ourselves, but we'll be able to collaborate and have a seat at the table with outside organizations who may be looking for deeper engagement within the community and understanding and getting feedback and understanding that way. So we'll be able to partner in a little stronger way as well.
I just wanted to say thank you both for coming to talk to us, and I'm really excited to see you both in leadership. I'm someone who served on the board of CCD a number of years ago before you both were involved in leadership roles, and I'm so thrilled to see where it's coming. And along with that, I think I wanted to kind of piggyback off of Judy's question that CCD was there in 2012 when Governor Snyder's administration took over the public school district and saw a need and said, hey, we have a lot of retired educators who volunteer for us. Can they run the libraries? Because one of those state takeover things was literally to take away the funding for media center employees at the schools, which is kind of confusing. How can you thrive in a school district without a media center employee helping you? So I'm thankful for CCD's partnership over the years with that and with science curriculum, with the gardens and the outdoor classroom, as you said, Carrie. So my question is for all of us who maybe are not Muskegon Heights residents ourselves, how can we get involved? Can we volunteer? Is there other ways that we can help support the work you do, even though we know that the work you're centrally doing is uplifting the voice of residents?
A good start. Miss Marty might smile at this. The Livability Lab is a great start, and that's October 11th. And honestly, I think that's a great opportunity because it is a concern, right? If Muskegon Heights School District is not flourishing, that doesn't look good for Muskegon County. So we need to get to the state. I don't know how we do that, but we need to get to the state and see how we can get that debt relief, because if not, it's just not gonna be a good look for Muskegon County. And they'll watch us go would be out the door if we just leave people behind. This Livability Lab is October 11th, and what that is actually bringing in Muskegon County as a whole to come in and actually do work like what you asked, like how do we do that? That's something that at the Livability Lab we actually make teams out of, and actually have 100 days. It's a 100-day challenge to accelerate the work to get it done. Now out of that we had stuff like TriShare childcare from out of the Livability Lab, which the state picked up as a state model. And that's Muskegon County, champion of Muskegon County. So that's a way that we can actually use that channel to do that, to get that connection. I think the residents need to know that you guys are supporting them, right?
I was going to say too, if it's CCD specific and this collaboration, go to the website and just submit your name and I will call you. You can volunteer for a short time, a long time, in the gardens for one event. There's sponsorship availabilities for this project. And so really you will have some way to contribute in what works best for you. And I'm ready for a conversation. One more question?
Yeah, Ginny, I'm going to cheat and ask 2 questions, but I'll be quick. First of all, Carrie and Marquise, for anybody who knows you, this project has you two stamped all over it. Bravo, it's really brilliant and creative. Maybe I missed this, but where will these video vignettes be shown? And I'm wondering, since you've got, this group is a gathering of a lot of corporate and nonprofit organizations in here, are there ways we can help you amplify this message? That was just one question. The second one is you referenced the US Cafe. I think a lot of people don't know what the US Cafe is, but it's become quite a gathering place in Muskegon Heights, and it's a place where more of us should go. So I wondered if you could just tell people about that. Thank you.
Yeah, go support businesses like the US Cafe, which are more than businesses, right? They are a gathering place, and a lot of things happen when people just talk. So go and get to know the neighbors and others there. And as far as how will it be, how we'll be able to see this, many different ways, right? We certainly have lots of options when it comes to accessing digital storytelling. So Marquise has big plans for a public premiere, right? Which is great, but we'll also make it available on the website, perhaps after the premiere, right? So you can go back to the website, ours, theirs, but it's also little vignettes, right? A little creative vignette, maybe a spoken word piece, maybe an interview with a expert in one of these areas, like trust in the community. And so they're, 1 to 3, maybe 5-minute vignettes that can be broken down and shared by social media that will link back, if that interests you, it'll link back to the episode. So there's many, many different ways you can share that. And there can be public, we can come and talk some more about it. So does that help? And probably other ways that I'm forgetting about.
Oh, no, she's just referring to my big dreams. I like to dream big, so that's all that was. Yeah, both of us.
We egg each other on, as Andy will let you know. So.
Thank you all.
Thank you for that excellent presentation on the good work of the Coalition for Community Development. Carrie and Marquise, in your honor, Muskegon Rotary will be making a contribution to the Malala Fund for Literacy in your name. And we thank you again for sharing your message with us. Another round of applause, please. Thank you. They also said they would answer questions after the meeting if you want to buttonhole them. So I want to echo Marquise, you are an intimidating group. I skipped a whole section of my agenda, so I am going back. All your visiting Rotarians and guests, never fear. If you could come up, we will take that now. So I think Melissa Horton has a guest, and Rob Taylor, and then we have student guests from Muskegon High School that Marty Seitzema will be introducing us to.
Oh, that's scary.
Yeah. Hit your marks.
I've been up here before.
If you can see that, they can see you.
Hi, everybody. I'm Rob Taylor, and my guest today is Karam Calkins, a good friend of mine through cycling. Of course, I'm a little avid about that. And, he's formerly a educator, a school teacher, served in the military. He did reside in Reese Puffer and was on there, or Roosevelt Park. I live in Reese Puffer district, so I switch those all the time. They're both RP. Anyway, he was on the city council there in Roosevelt Park, but he's recently moved into the city of Muskegon, right over here, and is looking to get involved in more Muskegon things.
Hi, everybody. I'm Melissa Horton, and my guest today is a returning guest, Andrea Riegler, who works for SEH, and she's opening a branch here in Muskegon for them, and she lives downtown, and she is going to be joining Rotary. So.
Good afternoon. Scooch on in. There's that. You don't get to leave without cheering, because we got Big Reds in the house. To introduce two of the seniors is Chandra Sain. She is a counselor at the high school.
Good afternoon. I'm really excited to be here. Not only am I a counselor at Muskegon High School, but I was a teacher and counselor at Muskegon Heights High School, and Marquise is one of my former students, as well as the big brother of David Day. So this was a great day to be here with Rotary, and I am excited to introduce two of the best, Paige Nash and Mr. David Day, and they'll tell you all about themselves.
Hi, my name is Paige Nash, and I'm a senior, currently attend Muskegon High School. A little about me, I'm in a lot of extracurriculars around the school. I'm in National Honor Society, Student Leadership Council. Also did a group last year with Ladies of Law with Miss Kendra Robinson. I'm also in Big Red's marching band. I'm also do softball, cheer, and track. So I'm involved with a lot of things around the school.
What just happened?
And
What just happened?
next year, what
What happened Friday?
Oh, and I won homecoming queen too also. Hopefully, I want to go to college. Hopefully, I want to attend Grambling State University, and there I will major in accounting and minor in business.
Hey everyone, my name is David Day, and I'm a senior. I currently attend Muskegon High School. I participate in basketball. I run cross country, and I'm in National Honor Society and the Student Leadership Council. Yep, that's basically all about me. But in college I have 4 scholarship offers for basketball, and I plan to major in accounting and minor in sports management.
Nice job, guys.
Thank you to all our guests and our student guests. We're always impressed by our young people. Thank you. Next, we're going to do birthdays. And we always say, we'll sing, happy birthday to you for a contribution of $10. Just so you know, that $10 goes to what's called the Caring Connection, and that's a branch of our Rotary clubs and committees, that notify people births, deaths, big life events, and your contributions help them do that as nicely as we can. So thank you for that. So birthdays, Dimitri Poland's birthday is today, September 29th. Bill Locksterman referenced his upcoming birthday tomorrow, September 30th. Lori Weiler, September 30th, and DJ Hilson, October 2nd. So we know Bill is here. Anyone else that we can be singing for? Lori's on Zoom. Thank you, Lori. Happy birthday. This will be for you. Now, everybody has things about this role that make you nervous. This is my big fear. For those of you who don't know, I cannot carry a tune in a bucket. I mean, really. And so I drafted Jason to give you the note for happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
Now, see, isn't it nice when you get a real note to start with? Okay. At this point, we are going to do our Making a Difference profile today. This are Rotarians that are doing excellent work in one of Rotary's 7 areas of focus. Mike?
Hi, my name is Emily Morgenstern, and I am the 87th president of JCI Greater Muskegon. JCI is an international organization just like Rotary. The Muskegon chapter has been around since 1938, and we are a young professional group for 21 to 40-year-olds. And our mission is to help create positive change and develop new leaders in our community. The biggest thing that attracted me to become a member of the JCs is I had just moved back to Muskegon after a few years away from college, and I really wanted to find a group of like-minded individuals around my age that really cared about making a difference in our community and just being part of all the fun, exciting things happening in Muskegon. We were able to bring back some of our annual projects that went away because of COVID. We kicked off the year with our annual Snow Fest, which happens the first Saturday in February, and that includes a chili cook-off and cornhole tournament. We also were able to put back on the St. Patrick's Day Parade downtown, which is one of our largest projects, and that was a huge turnout this year. And then we're currently getting ready to have our Parties in the Park on August 19th. We're one of the organizations, along with Rotary, that initially founded that event. I definitely think that there are some projects that we could really coordinate on. We all have great volunteers in our group. I also think that there's a good opportunity for the JCs to join Rotary, because I definitely think it's a benefit on having that younger generation step into Rotary before they age out of JCs at the age of 40. I have found a lot of people that have joined are not from Muskegon, but they want to make Muskegon their home, so they found us. So I love seeing those new faces at JCs and those new Muskegon residents that want to make our community a better place.
I saw a couple Rotary faces in that group. It's nice to have the collaboration. So now it is my pleasure to conduct an induction ceremony. Sarah Reinsman-Singbiga, I always get stuck on your name, I'm sorry, and Ron Susek, if you would come up.
This is good for you.
Sarah will tell us about our newest Rotarian to be inducted.
All right, hello everybody. This is Ron Suzek, and he graciously provided me a speech to give. A Michigan native, Ron moved to Muskegon just this past June to become the third director of the Muskegon Area District Library. He was born and raised in Alpena. This is interesting. He grew up in the same township where both sides of his family have resided since arriving from Poland in the 1800s. He was a graduate of Hope College and the University of Illinois, and he has spent nearly 20 years working in municipal government and public libraries. Before moving to Muskegon, he spent the last 5 years working as an administrator for the city of San Antonio in the San Antonio Public Library System. His work there focused on equitable access to library service, especially in the areas of digital inclusion and literacy. Ron also implemented a library-based photo ID program to address the barriers that people without a photo ID have to access the library. And he was telling me this morning that the program met with some resistance at the beginning, but now has been adopted by libraries across the nation. Great job. Ron also spent 14 years working at the city of Midland, Michigan for the library. Volunteer work has also been an important part of Ron's professional and personal life, having served on the board of the Digital Inclusion Alliance of San Antonio, as well as volunteering at the Migrant Resource Center and the Dow Tennis Classic. And that leads us to, Ron is also an avid outdoorsman and splits his weekends between Muskegon and northern Michigan. He plays a lot of tennis and spends a lot of his non-work life cycling and running. And he is certainly enjoying the beautiful bike trails along the Muskegon Lake shore. So Ron Suzek.
Thank you. Stay finished. I'm going to hand you these, and there will be a moment, and you will hear it. Fellow Muskegon Rotarians, our Rotary Club must add new members from time to time so that we may increase our usefulness and influence as a club and extend the spirit of Rotary throughout our community. Today, I welcome to our ranks and admit to membership Ron Susek. Ron, you're welcome. Ron, you have been elected to membership in this club because your fellow members believe you to be a worthy representative of your calling and that you possess qualities that will permit you to exemplify the true spirit of Rotary in your public, business, social, and private life. I wish to impress upon you that you have been admitted not only to the Rotary Club of Muskegon, but to a worldwide association. By your membership in this club, you will be welcomed into fellowship of any Rotary Club in the world. The honor and privilege of Rotary membership carries with it duties and obligations. The Muskegon Rotary Club asks that you attend the club's meetings regularly, perform your share of club service, and use your knowledge and talents to help Muskegon Rotary carry the principles of Rotary into the daily life of our community. Do you accept this challenge? He said yes. So you have the objects of the Rotary membership, his pin, plaque, and the four-way test. Muskegon Rotarians, please rise. Ron Susek, in the name of the Rotary Club of Muskegon, I now formally admit you to membership in this club and ask your sponsor, Sarah Rinsva-Singbiga, to affix the, to affix the emblem of Rotary membership to your lapel, or if you so desire. My fellow Rotarians, please recognize and welcome the newest Rotarian in the world, Ron Susek. Congratulations. Thank you. Sorry, I will get this one of these days. So, welcome. Okay. Moving along, I'll see how many more names I can mess up here. So, at this point, we will be doing some club announcements. I know Kathy Brubaker-Clark has a message for us. And I will also say that there is going to be a new Brave Rotarian contest coming up. It's going to be poetry related in President Jane's honor. And you'll hear more about it next week. So, Kathy, at this point, we look forward to hearing from you.
Thank you, Jenny. I just want to say thank you to everybody that was involved in our wonderful first Rotary International Peace Day last Wednesday. I would like to ask our Peace Builders Club members to all stand, anybody that's here, if you do that, to be recognized. And thank you for all your hard work on this wonderful event. One of the comments we did hear afterwards from a Rotarian was that they didn't really know that much about or anything about our Peace Builders Club. So for anybody that was there or was able to hear our speaker at Rotary the next day, Gaia, hopefully you have a better understanding. I'd certainly invite anybody that wants to join us to let me know. Kathy Betts and I co-chair our committee, which is technically a subcommittee of the DEI Rotary Committee. It was our first activity for our Peace Builders, and there's actually 3 priorities that we work on through the year, and we're new, so this was our first activity, and this was raising the profile. So by doing this event, we were getting information out there. It just was great that we could coincide with International Peace Day. Please, if you weren't there, go down, look at Rotary Park. You'll see the beautiful 3 artistic peace poles that were placed there through the Pop-In program and Pathfinders that we worked with on those. So those are there for the future. We also had at the event, besides Gaia, our speaker, we had the youth artists, we had spoken word poetry, which actually was included in your RIM, the one that we just received, I think, yesterday or the day before. So go towards the end of that, and you'll see a picture of our spoken word poet and her poem, which was lovely. And we also had a violinist as part of that. So I will say also that the story, Gaia's story, did inspire at least one person, which was our hope by getting the word out there, and that was our poet, Kylie, who looks like is going to be on our Rotary Youth Exchange program, because she was able to talk to Gaia after the program on Wednesday and and soothed her mother's fears as well, which probably was even more important. So we appreciate that. Look for in the future, the next two steps we will be taking are engagement and education and empowerment. So stay tuned, and again, if anybody's interested in joining us, let me know. Thank you.
Thank you, Kathy. And now, the raffle. I knew you wouldn't let me forget this, so I've got that. And, oh, Michael told me, I did forget. The raffle benefits programs of the Rotary Foundation, and the proceeds go to the effort to end polio now, Polio Plus. Thank you.
No, girls first.
Well, somebody bent theirs, that must be the one.
Oh, the bent one? Yeah. How much? $20 is for 20. The first ticket is for $20. I don't want to do it upside down like you did the other day. 696 688.
Oh, here we go again.
688. 688. 688. 6. What? What? He said he's got it. 688. You got 688? It's upside down. 688. Looks like. Let me look at this guy. So you got 688 too?
It's the last three numbers.
Last three numbers. 688. 696. 696.
Do we have a winner?
Right. Well. Rotarian.
Oh, John Snyder. Okay, congratulations.
Congratulations. Congratulations. Thank you. Second of all, we have $10. I'll let you pick, Mr. Young man.
Pick.
No peeking. Only one. Thank you. Six, 7, 3.
673.
What?
Oh, Eric, congratulations.
Yeah, I see that. All right. Here's your money, young man. All right. Third, we have a $5 prize. $780.
Hey. Arn Bozart. Thank you all. Just as a final wrap-up, President Jane will be back next week. We will be meeting here at the Lake House. I think the RIM said at the Delta, but we will be here at the Lake House for our meeting. Our program next week will be the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Division of the Michigan Department of Civil Rights. Whew, that's a long one. And I would like to again thank our program presenters, Carrie and Marquise, our guests, Karim and Andrea, and our student guests, Paige and David. We appreciate you joining us today. And we will now recite the four-way test. So if you could please stand. Of the things we think, say, or do, is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? We are adjourned.
Thank you, Kim.